Hey, it's time for another random thoughts, random blog. I just finished up. mm, It's Jason's. Just finished up a board meeting that I usually attend in person, but they had a virtual option that I took advantage of. It's actually my first day back in the office for a while, since before Easter. And the reason is because my daughter had a couple days off for Easter as well as on Monday. So 3 days made for a pretty long weekend. And I decided to take 3 days off as well. And then when Tuesday rolled around, I liked so much how I had decompressed that I didn't work then either. I've been working as little as possible this week. I don't know if you've been following, but I've been on a tear since the beginning of March. Not just wrapping up a manuscript for my fourth book, which in and of itself is a lot, but also speaking. And I'm glad a lot of those were virtual because it made it handy not to have to travel in between. Because as you know, practice has to go on. So I'm gonna try and bite the sandwich. It's tuna, so it's a little messy. Let's see how this goes. Mm, off camera. That works. So anyway, two things on my mind today. One is, oh, am I recording? I'm not even recording. Am I? I think I am. Yeah, I am. Okay. Just making sure. One is this fallacy that if you run your own business, you must work 24/7. Now, some of you glamorize that. Some of you do it because you haven't put the things in place that would preclude you from doing that and give you the freedom not to. And the reality is, with a little planning, you don't have to do that. If you're burning the candle on both ends as an entrepreneur, what it tells me is not just about the planning, but the pricing may be off. So ask yourself, am I charging for my value and for the lifestyle I really want to lead, excuse me. A lot of people approach it backwards. On the whole, I don't work 40 hours a week. That's by design. And this was something that I learned when I was running my agency. Now, when I ran my agency, full payroll, full-time, part-time, interns, a few satellite offices, well, two, Chicago and Atlanta. We're full service. I decided then I didn't want to work 24/7. And in the industry I was in, which was client focused and centered around the client, it's very easy to let the clients run your life, because some clients want you to be at their beck and call 24/7. And I still know professionals in that arena now that really allow clients to run roughshod over their calendars and their lives and their time. And they really don't believe that there is a way to set boundaries. But there is. At the end of the day, you really do set the tone. If you can't get in early, setting those boundaries, you've got to find a way to do it while you're engaged in the work. Then you need to know your numbers. Ask yourself, what would it take for me? What kind of money do I need to make in order to work 30 hours a week? And maybe you don't take a whole day. Maybe that 10 hours is spread across the week. There's more than one way to skin a cat. These days, I work about 30 hours a week. That may vary if I'm traveling. But I also have no meeting Mondays. No meetings. None. I may be working. I may not. But I don't hold meetings on Monday. What does that do for me? One, it gives me a breath. It gives me a pause to really ease into the week with a long runway. I think clearer when I'm not in between coaching sessions or in between business meetings. It just gives me that time to work straight through. Maybe admin, maybe client work, but it's on my terms. I had a client this week say to me, "Did you hear what you said?" "I don't think you heard what you said." "I heard what I said." I told her to. And she said, "Well, that was a bar." Let me tell you what I said. You can build your brand while you set your boundaries. Think about that. And you can. In fact, you are building your brand when you set your boundaries, but you can be very intentional about it and bring in those things that make you you as the reasons why you are making those boundaries. And of course, your values are a part of it. As I've been talking about happiness triggers, you've heard me say faith, family, and freedom. Those are my values. Well, why do you think that I'm taking this time off for myself, working 30-hour weeks? Even this week, first time in the office, I saw a few clients, but I did it on my terms because freedom is one of my values. And freedom affords me self-care. See how it works? The reasons that you do things, the why, should be grounded in your values. When people see that in you, it's the experience they have with you. That's all a brand is. It's all a brand is. So when I have fellow coaches, facilitators, authors even, learn that I've organized my life this way. By the way, I have a whole other job. It's called Mother. They're inspired and they want to do it too. And I encourage you to do the same thing. So I'm multitasking now. talking to you while I eat my lunch. At noon, the circle meets. It's my online growth group. And you know what? More of you ladies really, and gentlemen, because it's open to everybody, should really consider becoming a part of that. It's a membership. And every week, you get journaling prompts, tips on certain topics. And every month, we gather at noon every third Friday. We're off this week. This week, I said we're off. We're off the schedule this week because last Friday was Good Friday. So we took the holiday, but we're meeting today. But every third Friday at noon Central, we meet for an hour. We have group coaching. And this group is bonded. You could be a part of it too. But I'm not here to sell you today. Just wanted to chat. It was a really good tuna sandwich. Mm. That's it. We'll talk again soon. Bye.